Hello friends, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. Welcome. We are doing a junk journal kind of style of process video today. I say kind of because I don't really use a whole lot of junk in this page, but this journal itself is supposed to be my junk journal. So I don't know. It's an album. It's a memory keeping album of some sort. I'm using some papers from the 6-Bay paper pad from Crepe Paper All Heart, my favorite collection ever. I'm so sad to be using this stuff, but at the same time, it's good to be using this stuff because that means it's being used and I'm having so much fun using it, and that's the point. So that's the good part. I am doing my 30 days of videos celebrating my YouTube anniversary. It is, I believe, 9 years. So if you're new or have never been here for my 30 days of videos, how it started was I would do a video every day on YouTube. And then a couple years ago, I did every other day YouTube and Patreon. But that is a lot of work, I will say, especially because I do the daily crafting challenge in February, and I do classes, I do lots of things. So it's a lot of editing and filming and all that stuff. So we are doing a version of it, which is one day is YouTube video, the next day is a Patreon video, and then a short form video, which would be on like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or whatever, and I just rotate every 3 days, if that makes sense. So that's essentially the pattern. There might be like a day switched up here or there, but there'll be equal amounts of videos for each of the platforms. So I would love it if you would join me over on Patreon. If you're new, there's a 7-day free trial in the Crafty Classes tier, and you get access to everything I've ever posted in the last, I think I've been on there for 4 years. So there's lots of content you can binge. But anyway, today we're here for these pages. And yeah, this is a journal I have been working on of our trip to France and Switzerland. And I've never really done this style before, although this page feels a lot more scrapbooky than my other pages in this journal. So the other pages have a lot more photos per page, which is kind of the point of this junk journal style album for me. Maybe not for everyone, but for me, the point of it is to get lots of photos in each spread. But for whatever reason, I kind of made it more scrapbooky, so I don't love that. Like, I think they turned out cute, but I'm not going to do this to every single page because I do want the others to be, like, to fit more photos. But these photos here are kind of the introduction to Switzerland. It was our very first day there, so I'm okay with it. But going forward, there will be a lot more photos per page because that is the point of doing this style of album as opposed to a traditional scrapbook album. So that's kind of the background of that. If you missed other videos, there are some, maybe 1 or 2 from this album on YouTube, and then there's a handful on Patreon as well. I will be doing a flip through of this whole album once it's done on YouTube, so you'll get to see everything. I just am obsessed with the way this album's turning out. It is getting a little bit chunky, but I probably will rip out a bunch of pages at the end. Like, I'm not going to use all of the pages. I don't think so. So right now I obviously have left all of the pages in, but if there's like, say, 10 leftover pages, I'm just going to pull them out. This album is just from the dollar store. So I think it's from Dollarama. So it's not like it's some kind of like fancy album, expensive album or anything like that. I can reuse the other paper, but for this album, we won't need the blank pages because there'll probably be some empty pages. So then when I take those blank pages out, there's going to be more room in the album and it won't feel as chunky. If you're new to my memory keeping, I do love chunky, but there is a line. I feel like there is a line. I have crossed that line many times when the album is too chunky and it just won't close and it's kind of silly. So I hope to not cross that line this time, especially because we're doing so many photos on a single page. besides this page. But I am just loving how this album is turning out. I am obsessed with the Crepe Paper All Heart collection. It's my all-time favorite. And maybe one day I'll design a collection like this because I just love it. I have been thinking this year, especially with everything going on, that I would love to design and print my own collections. This isn't like an announcement or anything like that. This is just something I'm dreaming of. But the first step of that would be to take some classes. I'm not a graphic designer or anything, but I would love to learn how. I am not super artistic. I am crafty and creative, but not so much artistic. So I would love to, but I think it's like, I think I have enough creativity that I could learn that skill. I have a lot of that in my genetics. My brother went to school for art. My dad was essentially an architect. Like, drawing runs in the family, creativity runs in the family. Craftiness runs in the family. My mom is very crafty and creative and has hobbies like me. I'm a very big hobby person. So I feel like I could pick up on it if I took a class. I don't think this is something I could teach myself. I have tried, but it's just too frustrating because I don't know where to start and I get frustrated. And I feel like I need to kind of take my time with it to learn. So I don't know, maybe one day eventually that will happen. But for now, I will start by taking classes and experimenting and maybe making stuff for myself and playing around with things and learning and all of that. But if there is any collection that would be the first collection, it would be something that is inspired by All Heart because I loved this collection. It's my favorite. Anyway, that's just a little personal thing. If you're on my Patreon, I talk about personal stuff all the time. So if that interests you and you just like to have the gab and like to feel like we're chit-chatting crafting together, that's the vibes over there. I post like 20, 30 plus minute videos and I just chat away about crafty stuff, non-crafty stuff, books, hobbies, TV shows. It's kind of like a podcast while I'm crafting. I also talk about what I'm crafting, but it is very chatty and I talk kind of like it's a podcast sometimes. It's really fun. Anyway, I really wanted to kind of mirror the 6x8 papers on the other side. I didn't want to do it exactly like that. Like, I didn't want it to be exactly mirrored, but like have similarities. So I have there's 3 6x8 papers. If you can see, there's 2 on the left, 1 on the right. And so we have that like odd number, which is what we like to see. And I have 3 photos as well. So we got that going on. That little Swiss flag on the left-hand side is, it's something that came in, was it like a dessert or a fondue or something that came in something that we had when we were there. I can't remember what it was now, but that's probably the only like junk that's on my page because I didn't really have too much else to add for these pages that was junk I collected, but I did collect a lot of junk while I was on the trip, and my husband helped me too, whether it was receipts or tickets or little baggies or business cards, whatever. Made sure to collect all of those things so that I could include it in this album. And I am just loving, I know I've said this a million times now, but I am really, really loving how this album is turning out. And I'm glad I stuck with this style because I really needed to change things up. I was getting bored of all of my 6x8 albums and my 9x12 albums and the pocket pages and all of that. I was getting a little bit tired of it. So it was nice to change things up a little bit, and it definitely has inspired me. So, and using my favorite collection. I only use this collection on special occasions, so using this collection also helped. And I think I might make an album like this for another one of my trips that we went on last year, and I never documented it, which is so weird for me because I always document my trips like right after I come back. But for whatever reason, I just didn't feel inspired last year. I haven't gotten really too many new products in the last year. So there wasn't there wasn't much there wasn't much inspiration, let's say. But I am getting some new products this year because I don't know what's going to happen with the cost of products. So I kind of went a little bit crazy and bought a bunch of stuff. So once it all starts coming in the next couple of weeks, you will probably start seeing hauls, hopefully. There's one order from a Canadian shop that should probably be in soon. So you'll probably see a video of that here on YouTube. And then I'm attending Crop and Create at the end of May, but we probably won't get our box till middle of May. So that will be on YouTube eventually. I'm just so excited to get some new things because I haven't gotten too much in the last year, but I've been crafting a lot. So I've been really going through my stash, which is great. We love to do that, but I am excited to have something new in my stash to get a little creative. So this is how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe, hit the bell. I hope you like this page. Let me know down below and hope you have a great day. Bye.